A Gadi from Mumbai came in a dream to his uncle and said that, why are you guys not dancing in the street? Mashiach has already arrived. This is the prophecy that we have just gotten. So we are now having mitzvah tanks that says that the Messiah is here. As Gadi has clearly said to his uncle in a dream. Now is the time, Messiah. Now we should dance in the street. Shiach now. And today is the day, with the anniversary of the inauguration of the Lubavitcher Rebbe King Messiah. And we are looking forward that every single Jew should come and return to the fold. Come to us. Come to Beis Mashiach. Take it from me.
Hi, let me start out by thanking you for tuning in to watch another one of my videos. And as you may already know, I strive to convey truth in clarity in all my videos, and today is no exception. Today I want to speak to you about the Lubavitcher or Chabad Hasidic movement, but specifically about their Messianic segment, which is actually larger than you may have thought. Now, it's no secret to anyone in the Jewish world that Chabad Lubavitch have declared their former Rebbe, Rav Menachem Mendel Schneerson, to be Judaism's long-awaited Messiah. Interesting, huh? Well, one major detail I left out is that their Rebbe, Rav Menachem, died in 1994. And these individuals feel that their Rebbe will return from either death or hiding to be crowned as the reigning Messiah. Sounds pretty original, huh? A Messianic candidate dying and then returning to be crowned the long-awaited Messiah. Now, I hope you understand why this video is so important. Chabad Lubavitch is the largest Orthodox organization in the world. That means that what they believe and teach ends up speaking for all of Jewry, and that's why it's our responsibility as religious Jews to speak out against it, and especially when the topic is Mashiach, because as the idea of Mashiach goes, they don't claim that it's only their Mashiach, but the world's Mashiach. So friends, if you made it this far into the lecture, don't give up now, and even if you were taught your whole life the Messianic agenda, you especially have the right to find out if what you were taught is sound. And friends, this video could not have come out at a better time than the end of the year 5770, the year that Chabad declared would be the return of their long-awaited Rebbe. But still no Rebbe. Today I want to present you with the theological arguments that Lubavitcher Hasidim make in declaring that their departed Rebbe is the Messiah, and the sources to disprove them, along with instructions given by our Gedolim on how to deal with these Messianists. Well, I'm sure you've heard it from Lubavitchers countless times before. The Yechi cry. Yechi Adonenu, Moreinu V'Rabbeinu, Melech HaMashiach L'Olam Va'ed. In English, literally, long live our master, our teacher, and our rabbi, King Messiah forever and ever. In which the response is a shout, Yechi, may he live. The Yechi has its roots in a statement made by Bathsheba, the wife of David HaMelech, when she says, Yechi Adonai HaMelech David L'Olam, which means, may my Lord King David live forever. Now, the Yechi in its simple form is not the problem. All Hasidim, not just the Lubavitchers, have always referred to the Rebbe as Admor, which is the acronym for Adonenu, Moreinu, V'Rabbeinu. However, the Melech HaMashiach part is strictly a Lubavitch contribution. This became Chabad's official Messianic creed, a creed which is actually officially endorsed by the Rebbe before his death. Now, you're asking, where's the riff? Why all the opposition? Well, I'm sure it's not news for you to hear that according to traditional Judaism, the Messiah cannot come from the dead. However, most Chabadniks would say, sure, of course he can. And if you disagree with them, they'll say, what do you know about Mashiach? As if they patented the idea. Well, the truth is that Lubavitchers didn't believe that their Rebbe would die. And as a matter of fact, till today, there's many who believe that he never really died, but it's just hidden from us. Even though the Rebbe himself wrote in his will against being declared immortal after he died. Regardless, it forced the Chabad movement to fabricate the idea that Mashiach would rise from the dead and feed the concept to all its future members, as if it were Torah. You're probably wondering, what's the big deal? Let them believe what they want to believe as long as they're not hurting anybody. Well, that's where the problem arises, because they are hurting people. Religiously they are. Friends, it's no secret that Chabad is the right hand of the Kiruv movement in the world today. And who better to brainwash with their false doctrines than those unknowledgeable Jews returning back into the fold? And not to mention the countless Jews who left the Emunah because of Chabad's daily, silly portrayal of orthodoxy. So, what can we do as religious Jews? Well, we can clarify the issue. Friends, when it comes to the criteria of Mashiach, from Jews turn to the Rambam's Mishnah Torah to understand what to expect. Now, the Rambam is the authoritative makor when it comes to Mashiach, to the point that the Lubavitch Rebbe himself said many times that Maimonides' work is halakhically binding regarding Mashiach. So don't let them fool you. So, regarding Mashiach, it states in Hilchos Malachim, if a king will arise from the house of David, who delves deeply in the study of Torah, and like David his ancestor, observes its mitzvahs as prescribed by the written law and the oral law, if he will compel all of Israel to walk in the way of Torah and repair the breaches, and if he will fight the wars of God, he is presumed to be the Messiah. If he succeeds in the above and builds a temple on its site and gathers in the dispersed remnant of Israel, he is definitely the Messiah. He then will perfect the entire world, motivating all the nations to serve God together, as it is written, I will make the peoples pure of speech, so that they will all call upon the name of God and serve him with one purpose. Furthermore, the Rambam continues and says, but if he did not succeed in all this or was killed, he is definitely not the Messiah promised in the Torah. So in other words, the candidate for Mashiach cannot die before accomplishing his task. And what are those tasks again? Well, number one, first and foremost, he must be a king from the line of David. And the Rebbe clearly was not a king. And I've even found sources to teach that he wasn't from the Messianic line of David. The Rebbe claimed to be a paternal descendant of Rashi, which claimed to be a paternal descendant of Shimon ben Gamliel, who in turn is a descendant of Hillel. Well, according to the Igros of Rav Shirira Gaon, Hillel was from Shevet Yehuda from his mother's side and was from Benjamin from his father's side. So in that case, he could not be the Messiah. But even if we take Chabad's word for it, Rashi is descended from David, but not through the royal Messianic line, but rather through Shvatia ben Avital, not Shlomo HaMelech, where all the rabbis teach the Messiah will come from. Number two, he must first be a great Talmud Chacham, which it's clear the Rebbe was. So he did fit that requirement. Number three, he must compel all of Israel to walk in the ways of Torah. And although the Rebbe's efforts were outstanding, he never lived to see his work really get accomplished. Number four, he must repair the breaches in observance. He obviously failed here. 5, he must fight the wars of God. And no, my friends, mitzvah tanks are not real tanks. And the Rebbe even wrote, here the Rambam means literal wars, including the destruction of Amalek. 6, he must build the last and final temple in its place. Obviously, he did not do this, even though there's many Hasidim that claim that by him building a house in Brooklyn, he fulfilled this requirement. What do I think? Yeah, right. 7, he must gather the dispersed of Israel. Also, no. My friends, if Mashiach can come back from the dead to complete his task, then anyone could be Mashiach. Just wait till their second coming. Do you hear